What is going on, guys? We are here for week number 2 of our Pokemon top 5 videos. Now, we are covering the dark typing today. Obviously a pretty cool typing, but just a quick disclaimer before we get going. Of course, every top 5 we do for this series is going to be 100% opinionated. I could change the bottom part of my list around, I could change the order of stuff. It's just kind of how I'm feeling at the moment. And of course, our list is not based off of just stats or just design. It's kind of a combination of things, right? So if you guys have a different top 5 list down below, make sure to leave it down below in the comment section. And while you're down there, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Without further ado, let us hop into number 5 on our list today. Alright guys, so at number 5, we have Umbreon, the Moonlight Pokemon. Now, for me, Umbreon is one of the many evolutions that you're probably going to see on this list. I really like kind of like fox and wolf-like Pokemon. I think you guys will see later on down the road what my favorite Pokemon is in general. So you're going to see that there's going to be a lot of wolf and fox Pokemon on these lists, and Umbreon is no different. It made number 5 because there's just a lot of really good dark types on the list. I'm not much of a defensive player, and so Umbreon competitively tends to fall into the category of I like it, but it doesn't really fit my playstyle, and I think in real life situation, I think Umbreon's a way better Pokemon than what I would use it competitively, but the thing is that it's really just kind of plain, right? There's nothing really stand out special about it other than the fact that it's just a wall. But I really like the kind of lunar kind of thing to it. Obviously, me and Megan's dog, Luna, right? So I really like that theme, and it's just a really cool Pokemon, and obviously it's a classic, right? So without further ado, let us hop into number 4. Alright guys, so at number 4 we have Hydreigon, the brutal Pokemon. Now Hydreigon is one of these Pokemon where I think concept-wise, I think it's absolutely unbelievable, right? You have a dark dragon, like an evil dragon, right? Like, that's so sick. But for me, the love-hate relationship with Hydreigon comes from the fact that design-wise, I think they could have done better. It's not that I think it's bad, I just think they could have done better. But obviously, competitively, it's a dope Pokemon, right? Like, I mean, it's honestly one of the better Pokemon. Definitely one of the better Dragon Pokemons, that's for sure. But basically, my love-hate relationship really comes down to design. But competitively, there's no denying how good this thing is, right? I mean, this Pokemon is going to set up a Draco in your face. It's going to Dark Pulse you to oblivion. Has great coverage moves. Like, it can do a lot of damage. And it kind of epitomizes the evil part of dark typing, right? I think Pokemon originally, they really focused on dark typings being like evil or just nocturnal. And I think Hydreigon really fits the evil dragon in a castle in Gen 5 kind of vibe, right? So to me, that's why I think it really was a really cool concept. I just think the execution was just a little bit lacking on the design, but otherwise, it still deserves a spot in my top 5. But moving on, let's get into number 3. Alright guys, at number 3, this is where my list really takes a turn here. So for me personally, for those who don't know, I really like chess. Like, I play chess like a ton. And of course, Bisharp is kind of the chess piece looking Pokemon, right? And it's a sharp blade Pokemon, right? So this Pokemon here, I think its design is pretty cool, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know why it's a dark typing. Like, to me, it should just be a steel typing. Like, I don't really get its dark typing. But nevertheless, it's a really cool Pokemon, right? It kind of represents Pawniard and Bisharp. It kind of goes from a pawn to a bishop in chess pieces, but it really doesn't fit the style of it, but I really like it. Obviously I like it for the lore personally more than its value competitively, but obviously this Pokemon hits very hard. It's one of the rare dark types in the higher tiers of Pokemon. Has Sucker Punch, you know, Iron Head, Knockoff. It's a pretty versatile Pokemon that can use Swords Dance and kind of just wipe you out, right? So that's why I really like this Pokemon, and let's move on to number 2. Alright guys, at number 2 we have Weavile, and Weavile is one of the coolest Pokemon. So it kind of has the headpiece of like the Japanese headwear. It kind of has this like ice evil kind of vibe to it. It's kind of known as the assassin Pokemon as well. And this Pokemon is in every single Pokemon movie with like the high up evil team Pokemon. Clearly it's a fast, agile Pokemon that's able to just hit super hard. Kind of fits that assassin role. It's pretty evil. It's very intelligent, and it has like not X-ray vision, but like extremely good vision. And this thing just, it honestly, like, I have a love-hate relationship with this thing too, and here's why. One of my favorite Pokemon is Ninetales. And what do Weaviles and Sneasels eat in the wild? Any guesses? Vulpexes. So, in terms of real life situation, having one, I would love to have a Weavile. To me, this fits my playstyle as well, like Weaviles and stuff like that. But, and like the other fast, agile Pokemon. But for me, like, I couldn't justify wanting to have like a Ninetales or something on my team and then turn around and have a Weavile that would try to eat it. I couldn't do it. So for me, unfortunately, as much as I love this Pokemon, that's kind of really the only negative I have. But let's move on to our number 1. Alright guys, so at number 1 we have Absol, the disaster Pokemon. Now for me, this Pokemon you're going to see a couple times on these lists here. We're going to do another one based off of typings that I think should be changed or added to Pokemon. And this also goes down as probably one of my favorite Pokemon. Again, as I kind of mentioned with Umbreon earlier in the video, that I really like dog and wolf and like box Pokemon, right? And so Absol kind of fits into that category. Now, Absol has this kind of unfortunate ability where it's able to kind of sense in the air impending natural disasters or impending like disasters of any kind, and what it tries to do is it tries to actually go warn people. But because way back when it started doing this, people started seeing this Pokemon, they just started seeing it whenever a disaster happened, and what they thought was that it was causing it. But the reality of it is that it isn't. It's actually a Pokemon that actually hates to fight as well. It actually prefers to never have to fight. And so it's kind of one of these catch-22s, right? Where it actually hates its Mega Evolution because Mega Evolution is just used for fighting. And so I really like this Pokemon. Like, this Pokemon is honestly one of my favorites. I think it's a Pokemon that honestly I could see myself having in real life. If Pokemon were kind of like a real life thing. But in terms of my teams, like, its Mega Evolution, I think is so cool. You know, kind of using the angelic kind of thing about its Mega Evolution to kind of make it show like, no, it's an angel, not like a demon, right? And this Pokemon, I think, doesn't deserve the dark typing that it has, right? Obviously, it has a dark ability and able to see negative things, but I think really it should be a psychic type. But for me, anyways, this is our top 5 list this week. Next week, we'll be covering the dragon typing. So make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't. And of course, if you have a different top 5 than me, make sure to leave it down in the comment section down below. And I will see you guys in the next one.